Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we're looking at still some very breezy conditions out there. Northwest wind coming in at about 25 miles per hour. With an air temperature of 62, we have rain showers in progress, some heavy in some parts of the area, but non-severe in nature. That said, we do have a special marine warning up for the southern parts of our viewing area due to some strong cells moving onshore. Strong, but not severe. They may contain some hail on offshore waters. And certainly, I don't need to tell you this, it's not a good day for boating. There's a gale warning up, small craft advisory, rip current advisories, heavy surf advisories, obviously stay in port. Lake wind advisories as well. We had some showers move through parts of Manatee County earlier on that were very heavy indeed. They're now bearing down on areas of Wauchula where there'll be some fairly decent rainfall there, though the gusty winds are particularly strong to the south of us, anywhere from about Siesta Key down through Osprey into Nokomis. This particular cell moving onshore has the potential to produce some very gusty winds, about 40-mile-an-hour winds, possibly 30, 40-mile-an-hour winds. And contained within the cell itself are some periods of fairly heavy rainfall. Now, the tendency will be for this to weaken as it gets closer to shore. There's also one cell down to the south, probably going to affect areas around Gasparilla with potentially some small hail as well contained within this cell. But again, this should weaken as it gets closer to shore, of particular interest to mariners. So stay in port, obviously. Now, winds are still strong, as I mentioned. That's helping to pick up these lower level clouds and sling them back across the region. We'll have cloudy conditions for most of the day and some breezy conditions as well. High pressure will build in eventually, though, and that'll do a couple things. One, it will push this low pressure area off the Carolina coast, producing some hazardous weather in the mid-Atlantic with heavy rainfall and such. High pressure builds in over our region, though, by tomorrow and brings us some sunnier skies and some reduced winds. But for today, those wind speeds are still up, and they do pose mostly a threat to mariners today. Calmer tomorrow, however. Watch the RPM computer model put it into motion after today's heavy rainfall this morning. We get these kind of scattered showers, light rainfall throughout the afternoon due to the stronger onshore wind flow. But then winds start to shift a little more to the northwest. And that's going to be a good thing in terms of producing some drier conditions for us and a little less cloud cover. The severe weather outlook today only located to the north, and really these are mostly just for thunderstorms, not severe in nature. For the state of Florida, all watches and warnings related to tornadoes are gone. We are looking at quieter conditions throughout the day, but wave heights will still be high. Check out these wave heights out in open waters. You got some 15-foot waves out there. Even near shore, you're talking about 6 to 8 foot breaking waves. So obviously bad weather conditions. Now, the good thing is that the tides should be less as we enter into a high tide by around 11 o'clock today. So those folks who suffered some coastal flooding yesterday have a much reduced risk today. One, the tide itself will be a lower tide, and two, we'll be looking at winds shifting by the time the higher high tide comes tonight at around 7 or 8 o'clock, depending on your location. So that's good news. Right now we're heading into a low tide, so shouldn't have much of a problem along the coastline in terms of any kind of high flooding risk. West wind coming in at about 20 to 25 knots today. Gusty winds, small craft advisories, rough conditions, 10 to 14 foot seas. Obviously not a good day for boating or even being in the water, period. We look for breezy conditions tomorrow to continue, but certainly much less wind than today. And then as we head into the week ahead, we'll be looking at seasonable temperatures this week, maybe even below seasonable starting Friday into the weekend as we have another minor front coming through on Thursday. Back to you.